Hello. Hey! Alright, we're kicked off. Let's have some fun. I'm going to close that down because I do already have a chat right here. I wish I could have that open just always, just popped out and just like over, but it doesn't seem to be. To. Docs. Chat. Load again. There we are. It should be all fun and dandy. Alrighty. For the sake of the video that I am currently recording, I'm gonna have to end up editing anyway. Um, very simple concept. I have a D&D campaign that I have been a part of for quite some time. Called the campaign has ended up being called The Chronicles of Atlas Andorei, and it's within the realm of the Kingdom of Bartavia for post-fall 4042. And it's a really fun little nifty thing that we've been working on. I say working on, but we've been playing for since September, and I've really fallen in love with the characters, and I've always wanted to do something similar to this. So I figured, why the fluff not? I'm going to turn it into a book. I have already attempted this once, so you see first draft. This has ended up being like 45,000 words, which was ridiculous. And if we listened to say this one, for example, look at this. It even has audio recording. So I've been very serious about turning, like, actually working. So if I jump to here.
And taken with the adrenaline of battle.
Yeah, so it's a genuine thing that I have been working on. And I've gotten to a point where I've realized that feels the content is there, but it feels very stale. It feels like disingenuous characters and things. And not a real person, I guess. And that's got to do with D&D, unfortunately, and also a mix between that and like just the fact that my writing just isn't as good as I'd hoped it be. But it's part of the issue with D&D is I the characters are just that, they're characters, and you play them, and so unfortunately it doesn't translate well trying to do real human connection when it's like, haha, you play Goliath. I should really create another screen. Scene 2 because I can't be bothered. Video capture, that one. Oh no, I should just do another video capture. Where's my video capture? Hi. Hello. I'll expand that out a little bit. I'll make sure I've got Big Charlie in here. There we are. Yeah, so the main issue is just wrong finger. That finger. The main issue I'm currently faced with is like, yeah, people when they build characters and things, it it shows in trying to turn it into something a little bit more authentic, because real human connection is really hard to fake. And so in game, it's very much like, oh, you're a big scary dude, and I'm a small, not so scary dude. Let's be friends, and then that's it. That's the whole human part of it, and then they're just friends, and you pretend like there's a whole history there that really hasn't been played out. And so, at least that's been my experience. So I've tried. I'm having to add content basically, and it's ended up reading quite kind of stale. And so I'm restarting over again, doing draft 2, and seeing where it takes me. Oh, I should let you know that, like, anyone who wants to stick around for the series, if this ends up being a series, um, there is another person who writes alongside me who wants to do a lot of filler content, and he enjoys this project as much as I do. He just does it like I don't know if he wants to be on this kind of stream. I'll actually message him at some point today, seeing if he wants to join me. And yeah, he's just not, like, I haven't asked him if he wants to join this. Actually, I've done this very much behind a lot of people's backs. That's probably not good. Anyway, let's crack on. See one. Here we go. Excuse me. Why am I frozen? You know what? I'm going to delete that. This can be deleted. Yes. That's not a very flattering photo of me. There we are. Need to put it into. Delete that one. I want to delete that one. Delete. Delete. Yes. How's that? There we are. Let's not mess with it anymore. Alrighty. So I'm gonna go through and kind of retry and explain where my thought processes are. Actually, I think it might be easier to do what I was planning to do, which is break down the line of thought. Break down the sequence of events, basically. All right. So let me think in my head what the sequence of events looked like. So we do. Oh, that's not what I want. I want that there. So character arc for the first part of the campaign, because at the moment our campaign has ended and we've just met the BBEG. So the first part was player backstories. That led nicely into meeting at Mr. E Inn. Why no, he did. It was mystery. I can't spell. Mr. E Inn, ran by Mystery. And then that one was. Then we went and we beat up the. What's it called? The what were they called? They were the Three-Eyed Gang. The Three-Eyed Gang. And then that can go straight into we left for Windmere. No, I don't want that one. I don't want that one. And then excuse me. Doesn't matter. After we went to Windmere, we got licensed and found Atlas Inn. What was it? After we got the license and got a license and found the Atlas Inn, we went to the quest board and oh yeah, we found the underground group. What were they named? This is my problem. I have so many notes. My brain can't remember them all. Gang letter to that was it. That was a letter that we found inside of the Three-Eyed Gang's lair, which was quite useful. where was it? Okay, so assaulting veterans. What was it? That was. We were on the journeys. Can't remember if this one was. Hey, Jackie boy. Why did we split up here? Main gates. Oh, this was us trying to get the Atlas in, and the other lot, they went to get us registered. Meeting Jackson. Oh, so it was just Jekyll's and Reckles and Co. English. Me, J and R. Co. For the first time, scary dude. Then we went and what my brain? What did we do after that? We went back. We spent a week doing Stupid Floof. Yeah. And then we had 17-1. So 17-1 was a massive catastrophic event where there was a one shot. So I want to just label this with one shot with special characters for, and I think I might actually keep that in the book because it'd be cool to have like an extra story making the world feel a bit more three-dimensional. But basically what ended up happening was a lot of the main lords and ladies of the lands, including by the elvens and the humans, they each oh, we should write that. Ew. Jurassic World they're I'm going to label this with kaboom. Kaboom. That kind of spoils it actually. Basically, there was a ploy to kill off the king and a lot of the lands and the lords of the area. Sorry, not the king, the emperor, because he wanted to be special. He's the emperor of the kingdom of Windmere. That made no sense. He's just a bit of a speckle boy. And he spent his time. No, what am I saying? The plot basically revolved around scary elven dude, goblins, and some other things that happened throughout the day. The one-shot characters that we had were unsuccessful in preventing the plot from occurring. We just knew that there was going to be a plot. We didn't know what was happening. So we had to do investigation and things like that. It was a very fun one-shot, actually. And we were unfortunately able to stop in the main group. So that will be the main set of characters from the Chronicles of Alexandria. So that's the Dow, Morte, all of the others. They were kind of like milling about their day. Woke up one day to carnage and mayhem because the World Trade Center blew up. No, sorry, the Emperor's mansion blew up. Sorry, slip of the tongue. And the the can my brain work for like 5 minutes? So yeah, our characters ended up going around trying to help best we could. A whole lot of up and down a hill. Then we went back home. So this is a more recent session. That's why it's in my head. We went back home. We correction. Morte went home and met a man who, though has been yet to be confirmed, everyone in our group basically knows it's one of our group patron. And I'll get into that in a minute and explain like, oh, this is what this is, and this is what this is, and this is what this is. But we met one of the patrons, and it was like, he's doing this, this, and this. Well, that lines up with this god's motif. And my DM was like, no, what are you talking about? And so ever since then, everyone's just been calling him Savras, and he's like, yeah. Wait, no, you don't know that it's Savras, and we're all like, yeah, but like we're calling him Savras. Savras, not Sigma. Savras. And so, la di da di da, met Savras. He gave us weird dream of future, possible future. where we played another one shot actually, which was bear in mind 1, 2, 3. It was a very interesting set of weeks. We played another one shot where we were our characters, like we had the memories and everything about our characters, but we woke up in bodies that were not our own. It was a very fun one shot, and I highly recommend if you've got a decent enough DM to play. But uh, we went, we woke up in other bodies. We didn't have the stat sheet. We didn't know what we were. We knew a general descriptor. We looked at each other. We knew that, like, oh, one of our characters who was playing a gnome drew very unlucky. Basically, he didn't just draw, like, he got very unlucky because everyone's been taking the mick out of him for being a gnome. And slowly but surely, the jokes have made him smaller and smaller and smaller. So to begin with, it was like, oh, I could pick you up by the scruff of the neck, and then later on, it was like, oh, you could ride a leaf down a river. So it's not been good for him. And then he woke up in the next body, and the DM went, "You notice no change in your height whatsoever," and the player just sighed. Um, he. So we went around. It was a zombie styled wasteland, like a worm in which we'd had dealings with earlier on in the campaign, actually in the first session, actually reappeared, and it had grown, and there were so many, and it'd taken over bodies, and they were just manipulating the bodies like I think it's The Last of Us. That's the show that's not the show, the game that uses the zombie mushrooms thing, very similar to that. And we we went around like that for a while. We went around that area. One of the other players, who has been known to be like a very unforgiving, unfriendly man, uh, had a child, and that has heavily influenced his thoughts because he'd actually been playing a woman. Um, well, no, he was like the character itself was male, and he'd jumped into the body of a female who had a child, and it like heavily warped his perception on life, and it was a really cool like character development moment. Um, and that was really well role played actually. And so we've moved on from that. We got to the Atlas Inn, which had turned into a bit of a headquarters for our group. We arrived there, and mind you, I didn't know what my character was at this time. We just knew that he was somewhat magical because he managed to summon a flame to his hand. And we went over the the Atlas Inn. We walk in and we see nothing. It's just we saw the repairs that we had set off before going on an adventure, and but we'd woken we went, but it had been run down again, and so we made a joke obviously of that. Went upstairs and we found Morte on the floor, slumped, pressed up against a door, preventing a worm-ridden Vidal from getting through. Um, and he apparently had taken an artificer's uh, creation, a form of musket, and and so my character lost it for obvious reasons, and we found out very quickly that he was a druid, because right before we woke up, he turned into a polar bear and fell through the floor. So, day's work. I wonder if he's messaged, and that's why he's not replied there. He hath not. He doth not like me. Anyway, so that was that. I'm going to call it 17-1 because that's the time it happened. It happened on the 17th of Hammer. And then we go to. Oh, what happened after 17-1? Month passed. Months passed. That's Moth. Month passed, and then we went on a quest to find a lord's son, one of the lords who actually died, I think. We went to go find a lord's son who had disappeared about a month ago. About a month ago. And no, yes, 6 weeks ago. That's it. 6 weeks before, and try and find him. So accept dead kids quest. For context, we found multiple dead kids in that one. Anyway, accept dead kids quest. Find Jules. So along the way, yeah, aka I can't remember how she chose to spell it. You know, that's how it's spelled now. Anyway, along the way, and basically in real life, we have a friend who decided that they wanted to join the campaign. Nothing wrong with that. She's a very lovely person. Don't tell her I said that. And we, yeah, brought her on to the group, and we needed to find a way to do that. And for context, she's playing a character named Jules, which unfortunately, given that it's my friend's first character in D&D, has fallen into every stereotype possible, and I absolutely love it. She has decided to play a dragon, effectively a dragon changeling, I guess, but it's only to human, and plays it like a sorcerer. Basically, that's the way we've decided to do it. It's been heavily nerfed, and she becomes basically a dragon the size of a horse. She becomes a red dragon, which is not good considering one of the players' backstories has a fear PTSD situation with dragons, and unfortunately, for her as well, it's just her. She's playing herself, so yeah, it's in no bueno. Um, but yeah, no, it actually it's a really good character, and she's beginning to play it like how her character. She's playing the character different to herself, so it's working out really well. But yeah, that was basically what that segment is. We found Jules at the being tried to be sacrificed. We don't quite know why she was being sacrificed. Well, at least we didn't know that yet. Find Jules. Find dead kids. That was what happens after. We found that in a different location, to be clear. Yeah, find dead kids. There you go. Find dead kids. End up in Abyss. That's what happened then. I'll make sure these are looking nice. There you go. Find dead kids, end up in Abyss. These two kind of overlap because they do happen at the same time. Find out Mr. E is dead gone. And last but not least, find BBEG. And I need to get his name because otherwise I will never remember it because I constantly have to ask my DM what it is. Where's the history parts? History law. The fall. Scary. First of all, 1000 year, great place. Oh, am I blind? I know it's in this passage somewhere. His name's in here. That's the gods. This is the years, right? Yeah, this is just the years. Mindatis, that's it. Mindatis. Huzzah! We now have a timeline. A mini one at that, but a timeline. I actually want to make these a little clearer. There we go. That's a little clearer. Alright. Now to add some filler. because I need to have something that. In fact, I'm going to quickly contact my friend to see if he wants to have any input on this, because I need help. The other. I've been sitting here with writer's block all day, and the only thing I managed to come up with was location change. No clue what we're doing in this location, but at least it's something. I've loved my friends. Oh. Just quickly send a photo of what I'm up to. Oh, that's what I'm missing. Music! Let's finally have music. You know what? We're gonna restart this album. No, that's not. Excuse me, you should be on. Okay. I just realized that my own filter's gonna be messing with this, so you know what? I'm gonna turn that off. Okay. Message. That was my drink. Message my friend. Where is he? Hello. Yo. So you can send him a photo of what I've done. All right. I'm gonna leave that there until he replies. I wish I could see the actual Twitch, like, stream information. Oh well. I'm actually gonna install Twitch here, because I don't have it. Shouldn't take too long. Alright. So, plays by Throws Mystery in. Beat up 3A Gang. So this kind of happens one after the other, because they get straight into beating up a they get straight into beating up a a group of part of the Three-Eyed Gang that attacked the village that they were in. Um, and so uh, yeah, they got super they killed them, and then they got brought up by a gentleman by the name of Mr. Bartholomew Murr, and he I've had this one before, and he got super. Well, they got brought in to deal with the Three-Eyed Gang from them because they'd stolen some of his stuff. So that kind of that link there is kind of set. There's nothing I can put in between that. BL3 go Lethal Winmere. So in game they went straight to Winmere, but I think it might be better if they stick around. Um, where are they? They're in. Where were they? They were in. What's it called? It's actually bugging me. Wish I had a chat that could streamline it. Ah, hello. That works. Ah, there we go. Alright, I can keep that open there, and I don't need to have this open anymore. Alright. So yeah, what can I put between there? They were in this session. Where is that? I put that back in. Session 1. It might be easier just reading it from here. Drop on prologue. First draft. Episode 1. Nesselbrook. They were in Nesselbrook. So it might be better if they stay in Nesselbrook for a while longer. But what could they do in Nesselbrook? Something that would get them at least a little closer. Um, Brainstorm. Okay. So the reason they ended up in Nesselbrook is because they acquired a lease. They acquired the rights to an inn called the Atlas Inn from Merleru. But that only happened. That happened because of the thing that they did. But the issue with that is we could postpone them leaving for the Atlas Inn until the Friday. Oh no, they work on a different system. What was the system that my friend used? Apparently, it's a 6-day week or something. I don't know. I'm going to use human weeks because Jesus Christ, this week is a pain to try and explain. Because I've already got to try and explain the time of the year. They could leave for. I want to make a thing here. Can I branch this off? No? I'll do this. Is that pointed? Oh, I want this side, and then what we'll do is we'll put that there, and we'll know that thicker lines is where I've put an interlude. So this is where the main plot kind of gets deviated to add a bit of relevant development. So they've just met. They've kind of dealt with the gangs in the area, brought them back. So it might be worth having. So a particular development that's in there is the paladins are not too close because we've got Badger who's a paladin, and so we have Vidal. They're not particularly close. Vidal's not really close with anyone except for Darren. But even then, it's kind of like a friendly sort of they get on. Morte and Darren get on from a more trauma perspective because Morte has issues with being an outcast because of being a dark elf, and generally just because of his backstory, he's just outcast. Darren is a half elf, where they're not really wanted by either elves or humans. They're kind of just hated all round. So that's a connection that's kind of there. That's something I'd like to explore into a little bit, maybe here. Start the talk about it, I guess. Which I did do in the first draft, I guess. Diablo wants something. What's Diablo want? Streaming what? Writing. So probably some way to trigger that. Cause and effect and all that malarkey. Um, maybe. Okay, so they've got to kind of they've got to stick around the keep for a while. Maybe I don't know. Gotta be something. What can I get the characters to do that will trigger the talk? I guess. Could be another half elf, I guess, in the village, despite it being a predominantly human village. I don't know. What could work? What could work? What could work? E chat chat help me. If someone can give me an idea, that would be so useful. No one's in chat. I need more people in chat. I'm gonna post this. I'm actually gonna share the link. Share stream. No, not Instagram. Direct on stream live now. No. No, I'm on a link. Copy link. Thank you. Instagram. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do others. Others. Where's Mimi? Leave that one. And we'll post that to the story. And hopefully that'll bring people in because I'm stuck with ideas. Oh, I've got a chat. Hopefully that'll be Max. Oh, I need this to post. Go, 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 go. Nah, that's a real. Alright, we'll go back to that. Half elf. So I was racist to the other half elf. Thing is, I've got a really good narrative style that I could choose to go down. Yeah. Well, we'll do. Can't really say anything because Windmere, where they got to end up. Maybe they don't end up in Windmere because of him. Maybe we get it a different way. Why did I? Brainstorm. My brain work. Racism. That's a good motivator. I'm gonna quit that. Um, what can I do? By the way, I'm not just looking over here for no reason. I've got a whole book collection here, and I'm literally looking at them one by one to go, have you got anything in there that kind of works in my way? Um, could of course have. What's Badger do? Badger's quite good for moving plot along. What could Badger do? Oh, that could be something. What the hell is this? No. Could have. Could have. Yeah, actually, that's a good thought. All right. Side plot. All right. Badger makes Darren work with racists. No. Half elf haters. There we go. Well, works with half elf haters. Trigger chat between Morte and Darren about uh about pseudo elf stuff. Because Morte is a dark elf, which is not exactly respected within the races, I guess. Um, I don't know. What can we do? Yeah, I guess I'm going to miss chat if anyone actually does turn up and help. I need people. Oh. Um, guess we can always do that when we get there. But yeah, Badger makes Darren work with half of haters trigger. That kind of works already alone. The details don't need to be worked out here. That's one mini story. kind of moves plot along anyway. Alright, left for Windmere, got license. That's kind of got already a story attached to it there. So this is all linked here. These three kind of easily link together with a character who thieves from the group between this time, which is already taken care of. So that kind of does a lot. Maybe we could do a story here. This would help expand a little bit of strength here. Particularly, so done Darren and Morty. We should really strengthen the bond between Gull and someone, I guess. Gull needs connection with. I think Gull and Badger would be cool pairing if I could find a way for them to really interact in a nice way. Gull give Badger therapy. Gull is kind of like a therapy character, really and truly, in the way he's been played. Like, he's a really strong and buff bard, but he's so sweet and so lovely. He is a gentle giant, and that's the only way to really describe him. That could be something there. And my friend's also going to have a bunch of, like, interlude stuff as well, which would be quite nice to bring in. Months passed. So that month can actually be led off of quite nice, isn't it? What could happen in that month? Could be nothing. It could literally be nothing. We just have them interacting and getting closer. Do a little bit more of tell than show in this case. But yeah, we just have them doing nothing. We could have them play games. We could have Darren pulling pranks. That'd be cool. Darren prank and nothing. Darren prank and nothing. Darren's a bit of a mischief maker. A little bit of a serious mischief maker. But it's definitely not mischief managed. This bit I actually want to leave. They flow really nicely into each other, and there's not really anything I can put in the middle, other than maybe travel stuff. But even then, it could legitimately just be a one sentence thing, or a couple paragraph things of just like the time passed really quickly despite the long journey, stuff like that. Like it doesn't need to be too big, so that kind of builds out a bit more of a timeline for me, if anything else. Player backstories. I think I actually do want to keep the player backstories as is. So what I'll do is I'll take the here to here, and I want to rewrite Mortes a little bit because Mortes is feeling a little bit unloved. Second draft. Stretchy. Why is it not connecting properly? There we go. Sorry, I've got to pay, please. I'll do this. Okay, so that's the backstories there. I do need to do Jules ones, but Jules one isn't actually even finished, to be truth be told. I also think Badgers needs a bit more love. Badgers is kind of empty. It's not really connecting. Like it's there. It's really in depth and things, and I think it's a valid backstory. It's just not as loved as say Girls is. Like this has a lot of love to it. I need to have something a bit more like that. No, Darren's one isn't even finished either, but that's because, as this will say, we'll finish soon. Eric, 2023. Yeah, that was back in September, and it is still not done. The backstory, not this one, the actual backstory that I've seen, yeah, is like 1.2K. It is ridiculous, and so we are still waiting on them to finish it. Okay. Come on, let my brain freaking function. All right. What we'll do is we'll make a page and call it prologue. This will kind of establish how I want it to be written. Actually, I want to get a book out that I have that kind of is similar to the way I want it written. Is it on my bed? Have I left it on my bed? That's not. Is it on the counter? Is it not? Or is it in a book? Maybe I've left it downstairs. I need to have an investigation later. Alrighty. You know what? At about an hour, I'm gonna call it here because I'm getting nothing done and I want sleep. Alright, so anyone who's watching the video now, we'll move it here. I need a flip cut. Actually, no, I might grow it out. I might dye it black and then get it grown out and things. That'll look quite cool. Get down 8 hours then. Yeah, we'll find out. Alright, so to all those who are still here, judging you.